This is a great day for Bismarck State College and University of Mary. We're here to announce that we have formally signed an articulation agreement that covers 10 programs, and I think Father may talk about what the specific programs are, that cover 10 programs for transfer of Bismarck State College students directly into University of Mary programs. And also that University of Mary will be opening a transfer office on our campus that will be housed with our other university partners, Dickinson State College, Minot State University, and the University of North Dakota. We see this, from Bismarck State College perspective, we see this as a continuation of our desire and our drive to serve our students. Our number one objective is to serve our students and to serve our community. And however we can do that, we're delighted to be able to partner with such marvelous partners that we've had and that we continue to have in higher education here in the Bismarck-Mandan area. I will say that what this really does is formalizes the reality. There are many, many, thousands probably, of folks that live in the Bismarck-Mandan area in central North Dakota that are graduates of BJC and Mary College. And we've moved on, and now we're BSC and University of Mary. And so what we're really doing today is announcing that we're formalizing a relationship that has developed over many, many years. I know many supporters of Bismarck State College and many of our trustees at the Bismarck State College Foundation are great supporters of the University of Mary as well and serve on your boards as well. And so there's already marvelous relationships that are very, very long-standing. Once again, the impetus behind this is to serve our students and to serve our communities. And we believe by formalizing what is reality already that we're making great strides towards serving those students. Now, I don't have to tell this crowd that there's something big going on in western North Dakota and in the great state of North Dakota and in the Bismarck-Mandan area. And one of the things that I'm finding out as I talk to industry leaders and business leaders as they visit our great communities to talk about opening businesses here, talk about hiring people here, is the availability of higher education. And so I think that in a very, very broad sense then, by formalizing this relationship as well as the continued relationship we have with our other four-year institutions on our campus, that we're meeting the needs of western North Dakota, the education needs of western North Dakota and the needs that we're seeing particularly in oil and gas. I've met with a number of industry leaders in oil and gas, and one of the things I hear is that they need people across the spectrum. And the more partnerships and the better partnerships that we can develop, we're going to be meeting their needs and ultimately then the needs of our students. So I'm delighted to make this announcement today. I'm delighted that my good friend Father Shea is here to talk to you as well. And so we'll answer any questions after Father Shea says a few words. So Father, welcome to campus.
Thanks very much. I'm very grateful to Dr. Skogen for hosting this announcement today, and I'm pleased and thrilled, in fact, to be able to be here. The formalization of this arrangement, of this agreement, as Dr. Skogen said, is really a wonderful thing in terms of formalizing something that's already happening. We already have about 360 BSc students who are studying on our campus. And what we wanted to do with these articulation agreements is make the experience of transferring to the University of Mary a seamless one for them. For us, it's all about the students, about serving the students who are members of our institutions, who study at Bismarck State College, who want to study at the University of Mary, and to make that experience of transferability of credits, of seamlessness, as convenient for them as possible so that they can meet their professional and career goals through our programs. Bismarck State College is a tremendous institution. Under the leadership of Dr. Larry Skogen, of course, it gets better every single day. It's really a terrific thing. Bismarck State College has served the Bismarck-Mandan community in central and western North Dakota for more than 60 years. The University of Mary has served Bismarck, central North Dakota and western North Dakota for more than 50 years. Together, those are many years of great service to the people here. And one of our goals, the mission of the University of Mary and the mission of Bismarck State College, if I can be so bold to say, is to serve the needs of the people of our region. We want always to be ready and nimble to meet the different challenges and opportunities that come upon our horizon. As we look to all that's happening on the Western Front, as we consider how Bismarck State College in an astonishing way has stepped up to serve the needs of the energy sector by preparing professionals who are so competent and so ready to serve in those areas, we think too about how the University of Mary in our own way has helped in the preparation of business leaders and healthcare professionals and educators who form the basis for the social structure which keeps North Dakota strong in the midst of all of this change. When we think about all that's happening in Western North Dakota, when we think about all of the tremendous opportunity, we're filled both with excitement and with anxiety. The changes that are coming are changes which sometimes concern us. But that anxiety comes not from fear, it comes from commitment. It comes from commitment because we're here to stay. We're the type of institutions who are so deeply committed to the place that we live that we want to care for it. We want to care for the people here. We want to make sure that their needs are met in the most beautiful way possible. Now, while all the cameras are here, I want to take an opportunity as well to say a word of personal thanks to Dr. Skogen. From the very minute that I was named as president of the University of Mary, he has been nothing but gracious to me, a wise mentor, a person who's taught me very much about the world of higher education. The first time that we met in person, he conveyed to me how important it is that the future of education is comprised of collaboration and not competition. That when egos, institutional egos, get out of the way and we're instead able to step forward and really think about the needs of the people who are called to serve, everything gets better. Everything gets better. And that's a tremendous and important lesson. Dr. Larry Skogen and I are both sons of North Dakota. He grew up in Hettinger, I grew up in Hazelton. Both of us care deeply about this place. And so under our leadership, we're committed to make sure that our institutions join hands with any other institutions and any other partners necessary to make sure that North Dakota has a very bright future and that our young people and that those who seek higher education among us are always able to be proud of the fact that they studied here and that their education came from such auspicious and committed places. The programs, I'll keep a promise, the programs in which we've developed articulation agreements for seamless transfer are these: athletic training, exercise science, physical education, respiratory therapy, sport and leisure management, music, music with emphasis in sacred music, music education, political philosophy, management, and computer support specialist programs. These are programs which do not compete with the programs that are offered by Dickinson State University, the University of North Dakota, or Minot State University on this campus. We wanted to make sure that in coming here to Bismarck State College and opening a transfer office on this campus, that we were able to integrate with the partnerships that were already pre-existing. And so we look forward to this partnership and to the formalization of an already strong relationship with a lot of enthusiasm and anticipation. It's worth saying as well that our partnership is already strong. This spring, the University of Mary and Bismarck State College in our fine arts departments are hosting and putting on a fantastic production of a musical about the Titanic, which I'm sure will be melodramatic and bittersweet. So we're putting that on at the Bell Mayhews Auditorium. And this spring, Dr. Larry Skogen, Dr. Clay Jenkinson, and students and faculty of Bismarck State College are traveling over spring break to the University of Mary's campus in Rome, where they'll be taking in some of the great experiences that are offered all the time to the students who attend the University of Mary's Rome campus. It's a fantastic day for all of us, and we're just so thrilled to be here. I speak on behalf of my senior staff who joined me here today when we say that on behalf of our students, on behalf of all the future students who will be joint alumni of BJC and Mary College, of Bismarck State College and the University of Mary, we say thank you for your presence, for your interest, and now I think we're happy to take any questions you might have.
Cameras are clicking.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, are there any questions?
Just a
Dave?
question for clarification. How many students who go through 2 years at Bismarck State College go on to a 4-year degree or a master's or other graduate degrees?
About 50% of our students are liberal arts students. Actually, technically, and I think that's in the handout, it says 35%, but about 15% of our students are, in fact, undeclared. And so you add the 15 and the 35, you come up with 50%. About 50% of our students are liberal arts students, and I don't have the facts on how many actually do it, but an overwhelming majority of them will transfer on to one of the four-year partners right here, or they'll transfer off to schools elsewhere.
Is there anything in the way of this agreement, or was it kind of seamless? The reason I ask is because of the tri-college in Fargo.
Right. You know, I don't think there's anything standing in the way. It's just in the academic world, there's a lot of I's to dot and a lot of T's to cross. And so the relationship between you, Mary, and BSC has been organic and in a way ad hoc. And what we did is we wanted to formalize it, and in the process of doing that, it's taken us some time to get all the, you've got what kind of English class transfers and which biology class is needed for this, and is anatomy needed or not needed and stuff like that. So it's taken us probably a year to actually formalize to get all of that stuff done. But again, it really is just bringing together the reality of what's been going on. But what is really great, and back to what both Father and I have said, is the service to our students, is if a student comes to Bismarck State College and says that they want to go into one of those areas, they know exactly what to take. Yeah. There's no guesswork. They can take exactly those courses, and University of Mary will accept those courses, and they will transfer directly in. It'll be after the first of the year. But I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, in respect to that, I just want to say how historic this is. We've come to a time where we're seeing this all over the nation, where institutions of public higher education and institutions of private higher education, who for so long have had this great wall between them, are needing to look in other directions. In most places, it's because of a shortage of resources. Here it's because of an abundance of affection. In other words, but the fact of the matter is that it's a historic thing for a private institution like the University of Mary to be able to open an office here at a public institution of higher learning. That type of collaboration heralds a new chapter in the history of higher education in this country. And it means that we're able to serve our students much, much better. It means efficiencies both on the private and the public side. It means better custodianship of public monies. It's a fantastic thing. And so I think I'd like just to say that we should all be aware that this is a really momentous thing. It's not just a little blip. It's really important.
And on that note, if I can add, I had marvelous conversations and wonderful support from my colleagues, President Dave Fuller at Minot State University and President D.C. Costin at Dickinson State University in these discussions. Much support. To what the Father is saying, I'm not supposed to say the Father. I've been corrected by my own staff on that. The Father.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What Father? Let's get this right.
Yeah.
What? I even forgot what I was going to say.
No. You were talking about
Oh yeah,
conversation.
the historic point. What Father was saying about the institutional egos, and we've had many conversations about this, and everybody is becoming cognizant of the fact that higher education is a matter of collaborating, and it's collaborating across the board. It's not competing anymore, it's collaborating with each other. And once we come to the realization where the focus for all of us is our students, and once we move aside the institutional egos, it really becomes very easy. And so I've had marvelous conversations with my colleagues as we moved into this, because it is a historic move. But I'm delighted that we could do it and do it with the University of Mary.
I'd like to say, and I've just shared this news with Dr. Larry Skogen, I'd just like to say that we've just received word from the Vatican that during the time when Bismarck State College's students, and Dr. Larry Skogen and Clay Jenkinson and Barb Jurgis from your campus, during the time when they're all over there, Bismarck State College has been granted a private visit to the Vatican museums, meaning that one evening, they're going to shut down the museums and the Sistine Chapel, and the only people there will be the students and faculty and staff of Bismarck State College. They'll be able to wander in there on their own with of course, a competent guide for 2 hours. The students will be able to lay on the floor of the Sistine Chapel and look at the frescoes of Michelangelo up above. It's just a token of things to come. Very exciting news that's just come to us from Rome on behalf of the university and Bismarck State College.
And I want to thank Father for this offer of putting this together. It I got a phone call one day. Father said, you know, got a deal for you. The campus is available. Would you like to take a trip over there? And I got a hold of our academic dean, and she got a hold of Barb Jurgis in our art department, and I think we've got 18 people going right now. So it's going to be a very, very nice. And we thank you very much for your generous.
Absolutely. Enjoy.
Now, I don't know what kind of pull it takes to do this, but I suspect.
Yeah, that's right.